Hey folks, Duker Does here. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a couple of days and I apologize for that. Um, Yesterday was something else. Late last night, I should say. Here in Oklahoma, one thing we're known for is our weather. You never know what it's going to be like. And last night was no different. We knew that there was a major storm coming our way, but had no idea how big it was going to be and how scary it was going to be. I was about ready to fall asleep last night, and just as I started to doze off, sirens were going off like crazy. I'd never heard anything like that in my life. I've heard sirens before, but these were constantly going off. I mean, for a good hour, hour and a half, it was just utter craziness. Um, there was a lot of damage, not around me, thank God, but around the Tulsa area and the surrounding cities. There was a lot of wind damage. Don't know if any tornadoes actually touched down, but yeah, it was crazy. When I heard the sirens going off, I got up, looked out the window. There was no rain, no hail, no nothing. It was just calm as could be. But the sirens are going off. So I debated whether or not to wake up my mother and woke her up. And when she got up and around, we discussed whether or not to wake up Grandma, because Grandma was in the room, a couple of doors down, and Grandma, I guess, heard it too. She finally come in here and was wanting to know what was going on. We all just sat around and watched the news for a while just to keep track of what was happening. And finally, as the storm began to pass us, that's when we started getting all the rain, thunder, and lightning. It was just weird. The wind. Normally, when the sirens are going off, we're in the thick of it. Usually there's already a tornado in the area. But this time, I guess they wanted to give everybody fair warning, and so sirens were going off early. I didn't really get any sleep last night. In fact, I'm still pretty tired. After my mom left for work, uh, my grandma had already went to bed while my mom was getting ready to go to work, and I was waiting for my mom to leave. Well, finally, when she left, I put on a movie, and before the movie even got started, I was out like a light. And I'm still a bit drowsy. I still want to just sit back and go back to sleep. But, you know, I've lived here all my life, and I've never sat through a significant weather event like that and that's been scared for my life. And I've been through some tornadoes. I know what it's like to experience that. And but last night, the way them sirens were going off, I thought we were in for a big one. I really did. I was really scared. And I just hope we don't have another event like that anytime soon. I don't like having to sit through those. Those aren't fun. Uh, the last time I sat through one of those, I actually watched it cross the lake. Um, Watched a tornado go from one side of the lake to the other, and that was crazy. And I actually was sitting in a dock during the storm, and my dad was hollering at me to come up to the house. It was raining and hailing so hard I couldn't hear him. Finally, when it let up, I started making my way up to the house. I looked over out across the lake, and sure enough, a tornado was heading across the lake, and when it hit the water, it actually sucked water up into the tornado, and you could see it at that point. And it was big, and it was scary, and I made my way up to the house in no time. But I wasn't scared then, because it was still far off and I could see it. But when it's at night, like it was last night, you have no idea where that tornado is at. And, watching it on TV unfold, a lot of them would say as they're falling, the storm chasers would say that they couldn't see it until they either got the flash from power lines being knocked down or the flash from lightning. That was the only way they could see it. And you can imagine how scary that was. And there was actually some damage not more than a mile from us, because they said there was damage at 31st and Yale. I'm at 31st and Memorial. That's less than a mile from me. And so, yeah, that's pretty darn spooky. And just thank God it didn't get any closer. And I hope that anyone who went through it last night come out okay. I haven't heard of any injuries or deaths, but, sometimes people aren't found until a day or two later. So I hope nothing like that's happened. Winds got up to like 90 miles an hour in some places. And that's usually, when you see wind gusts like that, it's a high possibility there's a tornado in the area. So, other than that, far to know, everybody's in the family's okay. So, I'm glad to hear that. Well, if you've been through a storm like that, or a tornado, earthquake, tornado, wildfire, whatever, tell me about it down in the comment section. I'd like to know about it. And I hope that if you did go through this last night, let me know how everybody on your end made out. The storm was pretty big. It stretched from Nebraska all the way down to Texas. So I know a lot of people were affected by it. Well, folks, I'm going to get off here. You have a great day, and I hope to holler at you again soon. This is Duger Does saying do good, and deuces. Bye-bye.